a consistent theme this last year of facing my fears, which has been a very hard thing to do, but every one that I have faced has made me stronger and ready for the next one. When Conrad first asked me to share my testimony, my initial reaction was fear, and the answer was no. One of my biggest fears is talking in front of a group of people, which is one reason I will be reading mostly. Once I got past the initial reaction, then I knew I had to do it. In my story, there are many years of hiding in darkness. I have learned in the last few years that the darkness loses its hold if we share our struggles with others. So here we are. Growing up, my family did not attend church. I went a few times with my grandma, but nothing regular or consistent. When I was 10, I was molested at the pool. At the time, I had no idea really what was going on. When I was 12, I was raped. I have been in controlling and abusive relationships. Because of all these things, I was a very angry person who kept everything inside and thought I could deal with everything on my own. I refused to trust anyone. I started to hate everyone and everything. I cut myself to deal with my emotions. And I shut people out and guarded who could get close to me. In high school, my best friend stopped talking to me one day, out of the blue, and I still, to this day, have no idea why. I have been called everything from ugly, fat, stupid, all the way to the Antichrist, and everything you can imagine in between. I hated myself and believed the things that were being said to me and about me, and a few of them I still struggle with today. I got extremely depressed, felt like I was not enough or couldn't do anything right, cut myself more, and kept my thoughts and feelings locked away inside. I started to use my body to get attention from men because that's what I knew, which caused me to feel even worse and hate myself even more. It was a continuous dark time that I was stuck in and didn't know how to get out of, or even if I could. I built up wall upon wall around myself until I was numb to everything and everyone. I refused to cry in front of anyone because I thought it made me look weak and like I couldn't deal with things on my own, which in hindsight I couldn't. But at the time I didn't realize or know that. I thought I was doing okay, considering I had all these things to deal with and 2 young daughters to take care of. I was just surviving day by day the best I could. I've had a lot of counseling to deal with some of my issues, but it wasn't enough. I still felt horrible inside, I still cut myself, still was angry and hurting well into my 20s. I thought this is how I was going to be for the rest of my life, and I just accepted that. Then in 2009, I started going to the vineyard with my grandma. I started to feel something every time I came to church and just wanted to cry. This continued for a long time. Sometimes I would cry, but I tried to hold it back as much as I could because I still hated crying in front of people. It eventually got to the point that I couldn't, and to this day, if I need to cry, there's no holding back, even if I want to. And I remember Steve saying almost every week that if you feel a nudge, that is Jesus, and he will continue to pursue you. And he was right. In 2010, Jason and I were asked to help chaperone a youth conference. This youth conference changed my life. I had the most awesome experience with the Holy Spirit. I was crying, rocking, shaking, but also being comforted, and it felt like I was being hugged tightly by Jesus, and he was whispering to me that I am loved. During this, there was a part of me wondering what everyone was saying when they saw me, but at the same time, a part of me didn't care, and I wanted it to continue. This experience caused some of the walls I had built up to start to fall down. This was the start of my relationship with Jesus, even though at the time I didn't realize it. This experience, along with some others like it, changed my life. I got baptized in January of 2011 and have been growing and changing ever since. I still struggle with getting close to people, but God is working on this. I still have trust issues, but God is working on this. I still struggle with thinking some of the lies that were said to me, but God is working on this. I still have fear, doubt, and lack of confidence at times, but God is working on this. I struggle with comparing myself to others at times, but God is working on this. I am a work in progress. At the last women's retreat during our quiet time, I was shown a picture in my mind where Jesus was during each of the struggles I mentioned, and he was right next to me for all of it. It's so amazing to me that he was with me even though I was not walking with him and didn't really know much about him. This was such an overwhelming thought and picture to me since I thought I was always alone. God is good. When I was asked to help with the women's ministry, I had a lot of hesitation at first, mostly because I always get down on myself and think I can't do things or someone could do it better. So saying yes to this is a big step for me in trusting God and those who said I would be good in this position. I am amazed how he continues to push me to grow. But, like I said, facing fears was a theme this last year, and I'm ready to take the next step. All I know for sure is Jesus will keep pursuing you, and you will never regret giving your life to him.